This week, I asked a few of my classes how many of them had ever learnt to ride a bike, and I am ashamed to admit that I have never mastered learning how to ride a bike. I found it way too difficult to do. I fell down a lot and got discouraged very easily. It's so tough when you get discouraged, when something you've been hopeful for is not quite what you wanted or is an outright disappointment. It's a huge blow, and I'm sure we all know what that feeling that rests on your chest when something knocks you back. And it can be anything at all. It can be a knockback in learning something new, or maybe you've been waiting for something to come and it got cancelled. Disappointment and discouragement is huge. And to feel like the wind has been taken out of your sails is a horrible feeling. Discouragement is becoming a common feeling at the moment. Or maybe you might be finding yourself in a more constant place of discouragement. But I want to point you to a place in Joshua this morning. Chapter 10. Now, the story that takes place here is one where we see Joshua and the Israelites battling against the Amorites. I won't go into full details of it, but there is a verse that stands out in the story. Joshua said to them, "Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Be strong and courageous. This is what the Lord will do to all the enemies you are going to fight. Do not be afraid and do not be discouraged." It is so easy to say these words and let them wash over us without thinking much of it. Joshua here is addressing his army, a group of people who were in a situation of life and death, where they might have been scared that they wouldn't make it home. It was probably quite an easy situation to begin to feel discouraged in. But Joshua addresses his troops. He speaks to them and reminds them that they have God on their side. They have someone on their side who will push with them through, who will keep them moving towards their goal even in the times they don't feel like they can anymore. Now, you are probably existing in a world miles from this story, but no matter where you are or what you're working towards, I'm almost certain that you have someone who is cheering you on, someone who is completely on your side, whether that be a parent, teacher, sibling, friend, or even your dog. This week I want us to take a moment to recognise whoever that is in our lives, who keeps pushing you forwards and has always been and will always be on your side, fighting your corner and giving you the courage to carry on. Maybe today you take a moment to say thank you to them, whoever and wherever they may be.